How's it, dude? We're doing the daily challenge for the 17th of November. We are going to the cathedral. We are Apollyon. So early on, we just want to find some good active items to absorb. Hopefully, if we, I don't know, if we find any trash passive items, we can suck them up. I don't know what this does. Okay, that is incredible. I love this already. I've never seen this item before. This is incredible, dude. After like 500 hours plus on the Binding of Isaac, still finding new interesting stuff. Still have that sense of discovery in this game. Feels good. I think we can get in there, and honestly, I don't think we want to be exploring the rest of our floor. We want to, since we're going all the way to the cathedral, we want to make sure we're making it into boss rush and hush to get the most points possible. What's this item called? Hemoglycemia or something like that? It's really cool. I don't know if that name makes too much sense. I don't know what this effect has to do with the glycemic index. I mean, the hemo part's pretty obvious, but the glycemia part I don't really understand too much. Let's just get down to the next floor. A minute in, already down to the cellar 2. Yeah, dude, we're on track. Oh, dude, it's not even the cellar 2, it's the burning basement. Not that it makes all too much of a difference, just gonna see a little bit slightly different enemies. Maybe I think we're more likely to fight Ragman on the burning basement compared to the cellar, but I don't know really. Doesn't really matter which boss we end up fighting, it's just a hurdle we gotta overcome. Okay, thanks. If you're just gonna run into the bomb like that, I don't even have to kill you. I was still looking for a key. I want to get into our item room, but a little bit low on consumables at the moment. Don't have any bombs, don't have any keys, only 2 cents. So even if we found our shop, we couldn't get into it, and even if we could get into it, we couldn't even buy anything. I hate these rooms full of flies, and I'm not really sure if this hemoglycemia or I don't know, hemo something. sort of like Monstro's lung, but your tear is the monster's lung. I don't know, it's weird. Okay, there we go. Got our key. We can now get into our item room and see what we got going on in there. When did we lose HP? Is that something to do with the... Okay. Compound fracture seems like incredible. We just... I mean, like having our tears fracture while also shooting like these bursts of tears doesn't seem like it's actually working. No, that's definitely working. That's definitely working. That's really cool. We just gotta make sure we actually hit something with that initial burst. Yeah, no, we're hitting like the entire room. This is really cool synergy. It's a really cool synergy. It's gonna make like dealing with, well, normal rooms are probably gonna be much easier to deal with. I don't think it's, I don't know, actually it seems like it might actually be pretty good against bosses as well. The one makes you larger pill, not a fan. Said it many a time before, not a fan of increasing my size in this game. Just, I don't think it actually makes a difference to your hitbox, but it does. Definitely makes it a little bit harder to see the dot, to like, I don't know, visualize like your. It doesn't change your hitbox, but it makes it more difficult to visualize where your hitbox actually is, and like as a result, you like your dodging abilities suffer a little bit. But I don't know, dude. Squeezy for the tier upgrade, I'm a huge fan of. In the void, are we gonna get little brimstone? Yeah. And down to the next floor. I don't know. We haven't really used the void at all yet, but we've also just gotten like really good items, so I haven't really had a reason to use the void yet. So with little brimstone, we're gonna have to be shooting constantly just to get him charged up. I don't know, ideally with like this sort of setup where we're not shooting as often, but we're shooting bigger tiers and tiers that are more effective. You want to be more selective about when you're shooting. But here, since we have little Brimstone, I think we just want to get him charged up, since he's probably going to be doing more damage than we are anyway. Freaking hate the bomb flies, dude. Okay, we got him. Took damage on the previous room in like a pretty embarrassing fashion, but just don't jump out of the floor at me like that. That's incredibly rude. You have insulted me. Please stop this. Any enemies that can just disappear for a little while and make themselves invisible, I'm not a fan of it. Any of those enemies just really... I don't know, it's just... It's hard to explain, but it's just... It's easy to forget and lose track of how many there were on the room beforehand. And like, it's incredibly annoying when you're making dodges and then they pop up in like the half of your dodge and you have to adjust on the fly, but sort of the point of them, I suppose. We're going into what is this? 4th floor boss fight, 3rd floor boss fight. It's the peak. I mean, this version of Peep isn't that annoying. It's just slightly more annoying than the normal one, since he starts with both of his eyeballs already floating around the room. Those eyeballs are just... They're really the big thing you gotta worry about with Peep. They throw off your dodging quite easily. So I can't get both of these. Yeah, I just wanted to test that. I didn't think you could use the Void like that, but I wanted to just try it regardless, because I haven't really been using the Void anyway, so throwing away a charge like that doesn't really matter too much. We're gonna work up a charge anyway by the time we need to use it again, most likely. Please pop up at any point. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I know it's scary making yourself vulnerable to this terrifying creature in front of you. But if you don't do it, I'm gonna just stand there and wait for you forever. And you know, I'm impatient, dude. We got places to be. We gotta get to boss rush still. We could maybe manage to afford something in here, but we'll take the card, judgment card, use it. It's a demon judgment. I sort of regret using it immediately. Wish we waited on it, but the spirit heart is really nice. We could get that chest, but I don't know if a great chest is worth using a bomb for. I don't think usually what you're gonna get out of a great chest might make it worth a bomb, but it's like a little bit borderline in my opinion. Down to the 4th floor now. 4th floor, 7 minutes 46 seconds in. We're perfectly on schedule for boss rush. At the moment, I do think we are actually strong enough to do boss rush. We got very strong tier effects with this hemoglycia or glycemia combined with compound fracture. I don't think we die. I don't think we die on the boss rush fight. I think we're strong enough to make it happen. Still need to actually like play the game and make the dodges. Metal plate just for extra damage protection. Also gives us a spirit heart. Can't see our HP right now, but I think we're at 5 spirit hearts at the moment. But how much HP you have doesn't really matter too much if you just never get hit, hey? Where are we going now? I'm looking for a boss fight. I don't think we don't need to check out the shop really. We've got plenty of, like, I don't know, there's not, we don't really have enough money to buy anything, and we got a lot of good stuff, so I think like if we just speed up a little bit to make sure we get into boss rush, that'd be a lot better. Should have taken a moment to realize that this is that the rocks on the side there, we're gonna make our dodging a little bit more difficult. So it took one hit that was sort of unnecessary. Honestly, little Steven we probably should have avoided, but sort of a knee-jerk reaction. Forgot we had the void since we haven't really been using it at all. Ah. Please don't spit bombs at me, dude. I don't appreciate it. Just not even in the slightest. You're making my day a little bit more difficult. Dude, those little horns can get you sometimes. Little ghosts can sometimes just put you in a position. I don't know. I think a knockback is what gets them actually. They chase you down, but they get pretty easily knocked back. So I almost voided up glass cannon. I think that would have been a huge mistake. I don't know if it even works because I tried getting the void on Mama Mega before on the previous run, and it just didn't work at all. That was a bit of a shame. I don't think glass cannon would be necessarily the same as Mama Mega, because Mama Mega is like a one-time use active item, but no, I think glass cannon would probably work, but that's probably gonna make it even worse. It's one of those where you wished it didn't work at all, and instead it just gave you a stats upgrade. Room full of bonies is not a problem when you've got this amount of like split shot. Honest, just give me a room with as many small enemies as possible. We are like perfectly equipped for that. But like these boss fights where we're fighting the one big enemy takes a little bit longer because, well, we have like a lot of wasted damage. We'll probably void Little Gish. Bad dodge on my part. Bad damage. Shouldn't be taking damage to Krampus City. I don't know, I think I've still got some old muscle memory of Krampus like stuck in my head where it could only do the vertical shots. Are we gonna absorb Krampus's head? I think I'll absorb Krampus's head. There was a battery charge on this previous room, so you can also go and suck up Little Gish. Oh yeah, no, I saw we had an item in our item room, but that was a glass cannon. Luck upgrade and a tears upgrade, so that's really good. 12 minutes in, we're on the depths 1. Now we're on the dank depths 2. Is this our mom fight already? I feel like we've been going through these floors very quickly. I haven't really been rushing, it's just we're very offensively like strong right now. And we've been finding our boss fights really quickly. There we go. Just a room full of poop, dude. Just can't believe they made me waste 2 keys on a room that's just full of poop. These guys again, the frickin' teleports behind me. Tries to attack me. Nah, not that easy. The soul, dude. Okay, the soul is so good. The soul's incredible. It like pushes tears away that comes close to it. Gave us a bunch of spirit hearts. We're very strong now. We got so much defense in this one. That's sort of incredible how quickly we gained that amount of defensive power. We're already offensively powerful with the amount of split shot we had going on. Pretty strong familiars in the form of Little Brimstone and Little Steven. Level Steve not being like the most impressive one, but which one do we want? I think we want the Polaroid for the invincibility. I mean, at this point, who cares what we grab? I don't know if using the void like works here. And Eden's blessing, honestly, considering we didn't know any of what we were picking up, I think Eden's blessing was a pretty good outcome right there. We should be using the void, by the way, for the Krampus's head effect that we got on the last floor. Pretty good against boss rush here, because they start up, your bosses tend to start up like lined up perfectly, and means we can generally get like a pretty good amount of damage on them as soon as they spawn. Don't just stand in the way of his laser. Of course you're gonna get hit if you stand in the way of his laser. It's bad positioning. I don't like having to fight the Dark One at the same time as this Forsaken. He charged me down, dude. Should probably be trying to use our cube of meat a little bit when we have the invincibility going on. Okay, well the angel sort of trapped me in the corner there. Didn't have much space to work with. I sort of thought he'd be very close to death, considering he absorbed a whole head of Krampus charge. I thought we could get him with the cube of meat before he got me, but misjudged it a little bit. But overestimated the damage we were doing, and we're taking way too much damage on the boss fight right now. On boss rush, sorry. I mean, it's not an easy run. Can you stop? Thank you. Oh, I thought we had I thought we had the void ready to use again. I was incorrect. We're one charge away from being able to use it again. There we go. Oh wow. Oh, that was very strong. I don't even know what the boss was on the other side. Okay. Look, sir. I'm okay with it if you leap into the air on top of me, but if you're gonna do it, I'd prefer to be able to see what you were before that happened, so I could predict what you were gonna do. You spawned on the other side of the room, where I could not see you, and then leap onto me, like Michael Jordan style. I don't appreciate it. Death should be dead soon, but I was just gonna say I don't know what the other boss was. I was just about to say I don't know what the boss is on the other side of the room, so I was gonna take a peek to see. But in taking the peek, I made myself vulnerable to being hit by him. Famine is almost dead. Already took care of the blighted over. Karen, Queen, and Gish, we do need to be a little bit aware of Gish leaping into the air. So I'd prefer to try and keep him in the screen at all times. Karen King we can sort of react to as soon as she comes into the screen, but Gish is the one we sort of need to be a little bit more careful with here. I feel like that took way too long. I thought we had more damage than this. Apparently I was mistaken. Are we strong enough to even kill Hush right now? I think the Hush fight is gonna be incredibly long and painful for both of us. Okay, Karen Queen is down. The Stain. Please, please Stain. And I'm not talking about Mornay. Please. Okay, one gurgling remaining. Is that the end of boss rush? Nope, got a Gemini and there's a second angel statue, so we should be getting close to the end of boss rush here. Yeah, I get confused sometimes with their holy beam attacks. Like, not sure whether when it's the straight ahead or the bifurcating one. Oh, that's interesting. Why do you only get a single charge on the last wave of boss rush when every other wave gives you double charge? That not really complaining since we're not going to be using the void again anytime soon, but this is just like an academic question. Ah, bad timing, bad timing. And that one I really thought the spikes would drop down a little bit quicker after I pressed the button. Let's stop taking damage. I feel like a lot of where we're losing points right now on this one is from taking just way too much damage. Luckily we are getting a lot of spirit hearts to make up for it, but still would prefer not take the damage at all. That would be ideal. Already found our boss fight. I think we're gonna try out all these pills. We should use the hangman and not waste not waste our bombs actually. Bombs are key. Balls of steel, great stuff, and I'm excited right before our boss fight is basically the worst timing, and this would have been way better use of the hangman card right here. You know what? Just use the void. Just use the void to avoid any damage at all. I sort of want to take actually want to take Mom's coin first, which you don't normally want to do, but knowing we have balls of steel in our pill rotation, I think it's worth it. There you go. 2 I found pills, and I don't even remember the rest. They weren't that important, but another balls of steel giving us a lot more HP, so we're in a much better position now after that fight. Oh, dude, Loki's... Oh, Demon's Tail. I always called it Loki's tail. It's just... And that's like literally the tail that Loki, the boss, has. Eesh. When did it become okay to spawn boss fights in regular rooms, dude? I ask you, when did it become okay to spawn boss fights in 2 adjacent rooms, dude? That's not okay. I was told this was a normal room. Demon's Tail already helping us out there with the evil heart. What? Look, we've been to 6 rooms on this floor. Half of them have been filled with boss fights. I feel like I'm getting cheated here. I feel like these rooms are meant to be normal enemies. these rooms are lies. I've been lied to. I don't appreciate it. Again. Okay, Gurglings. While they are technically a boss, I feel like they're sort of like a pseudo boss. So you know what? I'll forgive you on this room. But my patience is wearing thin. What do we got in this room? It's not a boss fight. Wow, incredible. I mean, we haven't even taken damage, so it doesn't matter too much that we're fighting bosses. I mean, it's just with the current setup we have, we're a little bit better equipped. We're better equipped to deal with these sort of rooms. With all the split shot we got going on, so we can hit as many enemies as possible. You know what? I'd rather fight 2 polycephali than this room. So you know what? I'm sorry for complaining. Just give me the bosses back. I made a huge mistake. The hermit card. When are we gonna use? I think we'll use that. I don't know, I guess we could use it on the Hush floor to avoid using a key, but it's not really the best build for us. Best tarot card for us right now. My mom's hard to fight. The soul is gonna make it so much easier. Also, I forgot we had the soul. But the soul is also gonna make the Hush fight a lot easier, considering all he does really is shoot an insane number of tears at you. And we have to pick up Brimstone. You can't say no to Brimstone at this point. That is incredible. I did not know that's how it works. Please don't suck me into the portal, thank you. Down to our Hush fight. So we're not going to the Void because, as we saw last time, doing the Void doesn't actually give you any bonus points on the daily challenge. The Magician card is actually so good against... It's gonna be so good for this fight coming up right now. Let's use the Hermit to get into the shop for free. Buys Steam sale for cheaper things. Might as well buy all the consumables. Tears upgrade, apparently we are at max tears. I would beg to differ. I don't... Mom's Knife is really good, but I don't want to pick up Mom's Knife right now and like have a chance at ruining what we have going on. I mean, here you just gotta go for the... You gotta go for Capricorn, right? It's a bit of a shame because we do lose our permanent Polaroid invincibility, but at the same time it's Capricorn, so that's pretty good. So we're gonna use the Magician card because it's gonna make this fight a cakewalk. I mean, you see this, we just got massive purple lasers covering the entirety of the screen. Looks like a Muse concert or something. I think Samuel Jackson would approve from the Phantom Menace. Just giant purple lasers covering the screen, that's sort of what Mace Windu would have wanted from us. We haven't really been using Little Brimstone too much, but I don't think it's been too necessary. I mean, you see what's going on here, right? Oh, that's a close one. Wow, dude, this is such a fun run. Wow. I sort of wish we could keep the homing to like permanently now. I wish we had a Spoonbender instead of just the Magician card. That would have been so good. I mean, I think this might be like the quickest I've ever killed Hush. I mean, besides using like a Chaos card on him or something, but I mean, this is incredible, dude. But like, one of the problems of this being so incredible is it is sort of like a... I mean, you know, if everybody makes it this far into the daily challenge, then it's gonna be this incredible for everybody, right? We've taken sort of a bit too much damage, so I think we're gonna lose a lot of leadership positions. Because of that, we're just gonna go to the cathedral, but I'm trying to think if we should pick up any of this. Look, I'm gonna pick up Mom's Knife just because, in case it does work. Okay, you know what? I don't regret it. I don't regret it at all. I think if Mom's Knife ruined what we had going on, it would have made the Hush fight a lot harder to deal with, but it actually works out pretty nicely with what we have going on now. And honestly, if it ruined our synergies from before, we still would have been fine on the cathedral. It's just in the Hush fight specifically where it would have caused a bunch of problems. But yeah, no, this is going really well. I mean, like, anytime you're on the cathedral and it's under like half an hour, it's you know things are going pretty well. The Algiz rune is just gonna make any room basically a free kill, so we'll use that on the Isaac fight. Headless Horseman is just... I mean, he's more than headless now, he's just nothing. He's everythingless. I hate this room. Yep, I had a feeling that was coming. At least one less portal to hell that we have to worry about. There we go. That room becomes so much easier when you can... Oh, we can skip down to the Mega Satan fight, dude. Need to make sure we don't take too much damage on the rest of this floor, though. You are HP. I was considering sucking it up into the void, but you know, the cancer pickup actually just gives us a bunch of HP, plus it's gonna mean we take less damage over the course of the rest of the run. I mean, yeah, run. I meant floor specifically, but also run, that's also correct. But yeah, taking less damage means we're gonna have more HP to play with on the self-sacrifice room, and that should get us into the... basically guarantee us getting into the Mega Satan fight. I have an Emperor card, but don't think that's very necessary right now. We actually do want to explore the room. I mean the floor for the exploration bonus we get. Why did they give us a Polyon on this one, dude? Like, it really... The void does nothing on this run. There were very few items we wanted to suck up, like even active items. There really weren't that many to speak of. At least we got Head of Krampus, but not exactly the greatest get. We're gonna keep the Algiz rune for the Mega Satan fight. Just, I mean, it's Mega Satan. He's still a scary dude. His name does not disappoint. Should we go into the curse room? Because I'm thinking no. I think the damage we take, I mean the points penalty we take for the damage going in and out of that room isn't worth what we get out of it. I mean, cancer just makes it so that this becomes essentially free, since instead of taking the full heart damage every time we play this, we only take a half heart damage. So yeah, we're gonna get both key pieces, and then we'll teleport it to the... Will it take us to the dark room or the chest? Not like it matters, just out of interest, really. We've already killed these angel statues in the boss rush room, but if you want me to kill him again to prove I can do it, I can do it in essentially no time flat. There you go. Got both key pieces. Just before we teleport, I want to go back and get that Hierophant card, so you have a little bit more HP to work with. And I think we're actually going to end up with a pretty decent score on the daily today. It was a relatively easy one. I think a lot of people are going to do well on this one, so maybe it won't be like insanely high on this leaderboard, especially because we took a little bit too much damage. Okay, there is no Mega Satan fight, but we're still in the dark room, so it doesn't matter all that much. I do hope there's a lamb fight, otherwise we're just like sort of screwed here. Like, what do we do if there's no lamb fight? Are we just trapped here forever and with like a pretty strong run that we can never finish? That would be a sort of embarrassing way to finish this one off. After a pretty strong performance to have this happen to us. So I got distracted. Got distracted and walked over a bunch of creeps that I shouldn't have. The two mega fatties is still a pretty scary room to go up against. And I actually think the best way for us to damage is just to keep spam shooting. Don't hold it in, just keep spamming it. Forgot there was a dark one up there in the top right corner. I'm mostly just doing this floor for the exploration bonus, but I've been taking a bit more damage than I really should have been. Got more HP, great stuff. I don't think we're dying against Mega Satan because we do have the Algiz rune still. Worst case scenario, we could literally just pop that and then stand on top of him with Mom's Knife, and I think that should give us long enough invincibility for him to die. That whole... Oh wait, dude, we're not even fighting Mega Satan. What am I talking about? Rune Bag, I think that one's worth absorbing. Shot speed and speed. I do like the speed upgrade right now. I feel like a lot of damage we've been taking could have been like avoided a little bit more easily if we were a little bit faster. The Sloth fight, he is dead. The Stars card, not all that useful. I mean, it doesn't matter if the enemies can go invisible if you just kill them before they go invisible. Here's our lamb fight. Use the Algiz rune just for the sake of it. He should be dead in a sec. There you go. I'm just gonna finish it. I know there's a little bit more of the floor to explore, but I don't think it matters all too much. We'll see where we end up on the scoreboard right now. I expect us... We're currently ranked 3rd, which is pretty insane. Let's see like where number 1 stands. I imagine our damage penalty probably brought us down a bit. I forgot to look at how much it was. But yeah, we're only like like 1,000 points behind the guy in first place. I mean, that's pretty good considering it's a score of like 40,000. So yeah, that went pretty well. Thanks for watching. We'll be back tomorrow hopefully, and see you next time. Bye bye.